3 member states of the UN contributing to a noose around civilians. Are you truly incapable of shame? Is there literally nothing that can shame you?
Samantha Power was 4 jaar lang VN-ambassadeur voor de VS, tot Trump president werd.
I don't miss the Russian vetoes. I don't miss the blah, 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 blah. You know, the talking points that feel like they were written 25 years before.
Let us pull the veil away from Putin's peace plan and call it for what it is, a Russian occupation plan.
Really, the UN is what we as member states make of it, and we the United States, we Belgium, we whoever, we bring our own national politics, preferences, interests, values into the building. And when you get to a moment like today where it's not clear what US values are anymore, but where President Putin and President Xi, are pushing a very different model for the world order, it feels very fragile.
Samantha Power is een Amerikaanse uit Ierland. Eerst was ze oorlogscorrespondente in Bosnië, daarna werd ze mensenrechtenactiviste. Ze verbond haar lot aan Barack Obama als mensenrechtenadviseur en later als VN-ambassadeur. Ze maakte de Russische invasie van Oekraïne mee en de aanhechting van de Krim, de bloedige burgeroorlog in Syrië en de oorlog in Jemen, waarvan ze vindt dat Amerika daar de bal missloeg.
Where we made, I think, a huge mistake is not pulling the plug on assistance to the Saudis as soon as it became clear that they were taking our intelligence on the one hand, but they were not taking our list of targets that they couldn't hit. And they were taking our legal advisors. We put experts on international humanitarian law into their targeting cells. And then we learned that actually they're in the same building as the targeting cells, but they've been moved out of the place where the targeting is. I mean, it was really an abomination in the way that they began to prosecute the war, including by using food as a weapon of war.
Power is 49 en schreef haar memoires, Leerschool van een idealist, over hoe idealisme en realiteit soms hard botsen.
I felt impotent at times, that I had tried to push for something to be done and had not been persuasive. I think, I was fortunate to work for President Obama. I felt I was with somebody who was very decent, very moral in how he carried himself individually, but also how he tried to lead the country. But I did feel, is there a risk that I'm complicit, and not effective enough in trying to steer us in a different direction? I felt that a lot.
Power ziet 2 krachten aan het werk in de wereld, het populisme en het verzet ertegen.
Right now, while it's easy to focus on Viktor Orban, Donald Trump, Brexit, there's plenty to point to that's deeply disturbing and just deeply problematic in terms of, again, the needs of the people living in these countries. At the same time, there are the protests in Hong Kong. There are the recent elections in Turkey. There's a complete transformation in Ethiopia. So a lot of people around the world are pushing their governments for more. And that's what brought about populism in the first place. But it's now causing a number of people to question whether the populists are bringing anything more than just scapegoating of immigrants and anything more than intolerance.
De wereld is in turbulentie. Er is een leger idealisten actief. De jongeren tegen de wapens. Of de jongeren die vechten voor het klimaat.
Well, it's a good time for idealists, because my definition of idealism is you like what you see, then, chill, you're fine, stay home. You're unhappy about the kind of warming planet we see and the lethargy and slowness of the international response. If you're unhappy, it's a really good time to be an idealist, because idealism is about trying to contribute to making change.
Power wil graag weer op het voorplan. Velen noemen haar als toekomstige minister van Buitenlandse Zaken, mocht er opnieuw een democratische president komen. Zij relativeert alles.
I'm on the phone, a very high-level call, and my son comes in and just says, "Mommy, needs my attention." I try to shoot him away. No, I'm on the phone. It's important. No, Mommy, this is important. Well, no, I get it, Declan, but this is really important. Just. And anyway, it culminates in something that every parent is familiar with, which is my child stomping away from his mother, enraged at how I've chosen my priorities. But in my case, he stomps away saying, Putin, 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 Putin. When is it going to be Declan, 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 Declan?
Trump richt onnoemelijke schade aan, zegt Power. Ze hoopt dat Trump snel voorbij zal gaan.
Our Democratic friends feel abandoned in many ways by this new version of the United States. So to be okay, we're going to have to rebuild our alliances. The strength of our leadership internationally will come from the strength of our democracy. So I think this will be the most important election of my lifetime, more important even than the last one, which was the other most important election of my lifetime. So I think it's all hands on deck, for sure.